What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Becoming a Better Man podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Jason Wright, physical therapist, fellow guy, just trying to help guys improve themselves one day at a time. And if you've been listening anytime recently, you've known that I've been doing a series on healthy habits, not just for physical and nutritional habits, but habits that can be transferred across all aspects of life. So whether it be relational habits, professional habits, personal habits, spiritual habits, you name it, they can be applied to anything. And we're actually using real data from actual research studies on the creation of habits, the effectiveness of habits, and the qualities that make up people who are able to sustain those habits in a more long-term fashion instead of these fad flash in the pan, hit it and quit it and you're done and it's on to the next mistake. So welcome back. And with this episode, I want to talk about being healthy in an unhealthy world. Okay. Something that's rarely discussed today is the social implications of trying to actually live a healthier lifestyle. So you're listening to Becoming a Better Man. This makes you someone in the minority, right? We all can benefit from becoming better men in all facets of our lives, yet you're going to find as you embark upon that journey, there's going to be a lot of resistance, whether that be internal, external, or a combination of the two. For example, right, we're talking about becoming better men. My background is doctor of physical therapy and a personal trainer. I also happen to know what it's like to battle with those things. I've battled with weight, with healthy choices. I've battled with injuries. And so I understand the process that's involved from going from, I realize I have a problem that I need help with. I realize I have areas that need to be fixed or improved or built upon. And I also know what it's like to want to resist doing what's necessary. And the same thing happens in our journeys to become better men, right? Know this now. You're going to walk a lonely road here. And that's good, right? That's good. That's what's going to help mold you and shape you more so into who it is that you need to be, right? A man who is confident in who he is, knows what he brings to the table, feels like everyone recognizes him when he walks in the room, and you don't have to bow down, hide, shrink yourself for anybody, all right? And that's not out of ego. That's not out of some sort of stupid dick measuring contest or anything like that. It's a simple fact of there is a quiet confidence about you, and you don't need to prove anything to anybody, right? All right, cool. So talking about now the social implications of trying to actually live a better lifestyle. And we're going to use this fitness health trend and be able to apply it across all aspects of your lifestyle, not just when it comes to fitness. So know that we're talking about fitness, obesity, things like that. They'll all be applied across the spectrum of self-improvement. Okay. So today, worldwide obesity rates have doubled since the 80s. And if we're talking specifically about the United States, it's even higher. More than 2/3 of the adult population actually are overweight or obese. Diseases linked to obesity, such as heart disease and stroke, are estimated to cause over 30% of worldwide deaths, right? Like right now, we're in the middle of something that has people freaked out about death that is within a percentage point of a reality, whereas being overweight or obese is linked very strongly to diseases that have a 30% mortality rate worldwide. 30%, not one, not less than one, not slightly greater than one, but 30%. So chronic obesity-linked diseases, such as diabetes, are predicted to affect 1 in 3 US adults by the year 2050, 2050. And even though being physically active seems to have become a trend, having any sort of nutritional or dietary control is still very poor and lacking. Okay, and despite all this, our perception of being overweight is twisted compared to the reality of the situation, right? There's a lot of stuff saying that, oh, you know, being overweight is healthy, being big is fine, you can be big and healthy. Being absent of disease does not necessarily equate to being healthy, and it's all a waiting game. It's all a waiting game. So in other words, today's normal is to be unhealthy. And if you want to be healthy, you'll have to go against what is normal, meaning you'll have to experience pushback, social barriers, mental barriers. Friends will frown upon you. They might make fun of you for your life choices. You might decline the free dinner out with your friends, or free drinks, or free donuts at work, and have an apple instead. I mean, that's an extreme, but you see the comparison here. You might skip the extra dressing on your salad. You might choose a diet soda instead of a regular soda, or a water. All these choices go against what the increasingly obese and diabetic population are doing in their day to day. You also notice just how much low quality food we're exposed to on a daily basis. Now, making the comparison into becoming a better man, this being one facet of it, most all your friends are probably embracing the status quo, enjoying or bragging about doing the bare minimum. They might even be bragging about their poor life choices, cheating, lying, trying to screw people over, making fun of other people, right? That is what is more mainstream, more normative in your groups right now. You're trying to do something that, one, you're probably already in this point because you've struggled to go against the grain, and you've tried to conform to what everybody else was wanting you to be and do and say and act like. And now you're trying to wake up to the realization, like, that sucks. I don't want to do that anymore. Now I want to do something different. And well, in order for you to do something different, you're going to have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and facing people who are going to push back, belittle, make fun of, leave you as a result of the choices that you want for a better life for yourself and for your family and for your future, right? You'll always come across people who will feel the need to share their opinion on what they think you should do, even if it usually has no actual factual basis whatsoever. And they'll tell you to stop being so serious about your goals and to have a little fun, live a little. Or they'll say, I could never do that. I don't know how you do that. That's stupid. They'll probably more than likely pressure you to cave in, to give in, doing what everyone else is telling you to do, right? Come out with us, do this. It's only so often that we do this. Well, in reality, it's probably once every couple of weeks that you do it. And you add that up over the course of the year, and that's at least what, 26 weeks of the year, 26 times over the course of a year that you're doing it. Could be one, could be two, but no, it's 26 at least, especially if you're doing it like twice a month with your buddies. And again, that could be going out to eat, going out and getting drunk. And I'm not saying that going out to eat is bad, but when you're going out to eat, you have no control over what you put in your body unless you're able to willingly and informatively make decisions about what are going to be good choices. All right, we're going to go out to eat, but I'm going to get, chicken or the steak or whatever. I'm going to make sure I get plenty of veggies instead of the fries or instead of the baked potato. And I'm going to get this healthy or healthier alternative for a carb source instead of, just loading it up with a loaded baked potato, mashed potatoes, you name it, mac and cheese. People are doing it. So those are some options. Now, and balance is important, right? If you don't have balance, then you're going to fall off the wagon pretty hard. And then you're going to end up gaining back whatever 20 pounds you've already lost and probably an additional 15 or 20 along the way. It's about finding that balance. And you're not going to find balance when you're constantly giving into the temptation of your external environment, right? So you're going to have all these people that are doing less than you, trying to pull you down into continuing to do less, right? So they're going to keep pressuring you into giving in, doing whatever else is telling you to do. But remember, right? Remember this, guys, you're a rational man and you do not have to subscribe to irrational thinkers, period. This is your life and you should live it as you want. So how do we make that easier, right? It's one thing to talk about it. How do we actually make it easier? Not everybody is going to have the discipline to withstand the constant pressure of social criticism. Okay, that's a fact. To that fact, the research supports it, that haters really are going to hate. Psychologists Justin Hepler and Dolores Albarracin, I'm sorry if I'm butchering her name, but in studying the data, they've shown that people are predisposed to their tendency to react in a certain way. Okay, their quote was something along the lines of, someone's attitude towards architecture may in fact tell us something about their attitude toward healthcare, because both attitudes would be biased by a disposition to like or dislike stimuli. What does this mean? This means that it doesn't necessarily matter what changes you make. People are always going to have their opinions. So uh, having this knowledge is actually pretty liberating, guys, if you look at it from a certain perspective, because it's going to make you realize that you can't change everyone's opinion, but you can rather let them talk while you develop and improve on your own, right? Let them say what they got to say. You keep doing what you got to do, because fuck them. Our patience is always so limited, right? So to be on the safe side, there's always a few things that we can do to minimize the risk of giving in to peer pressure. Number one, surround yourself with the right people. This is a big reason why I started the 21-day Becoming a Better Man community, right? As part of the 21-day course program that I offer, with the link in the description or in the show notes if you're listening on the podcast. Surround yourself with the right people. It's a group of like-minded guys who are all trying to level up their lives. As a preventative measure, right? It's a good idea to choose your influences wisely. So you want to find those people that have the same goals as you, on the same journey as you, and who will support you in your choices. Guys that'll push you into making even better choices, actually, and choosing a healthier behavior, or a better coping mechanism, or a healthier lunch spot, pushing you to go to the gym when you aren't in the mood and you don't feel like it, and taking pride in your own results with you. Number two, have a treat day. Not a cheat day, a treat day. We have to admit that there's pleasure in eating low quality foods, right? Shit food tastes good. It elicits a certain high chemically in our brains. So the thing is, repeated consumption of those foods, as is with any reward, makes your brain's dopamine response less and less effective. So this makes you actually need more in order to experience the same level of feeling, the same liking. But limiting your consumption to like once a week or once every other week, I always recommend once a week, right? One day a week, make it a treat day or a treat meal, whatever, in order to help make your brain respond really well to the dopamine release, meaning that you'll enjoy the junk food or the treat food a lot more without feeling like you need to crave it more frequently. And evidence shows that a single cheat meal doesn't affect body fat if your general diet is in check the rest of the time. Number three, right? Stop arguing with your haters. So, like we've talked about, people will feel the need to tell you how they think you should live your life, sometimes directly and sometimes in a more passive aggressive way. Arguing with these people doesn't get you anywhere, and it gets you in a back and forth with banter that only drains your energy and makes you more frustrated than when you started. So here's a method to help you handle these people. One, ignore them. It's going to be hard to do, but it will usually make the most people stop their comments, as their goal is usually to get a rise out of your response. Number two, give them the benefit of the doubt. If they keep bothering you, don't assume that people are out trying to hurt you or out to get you, but instead interpret their passive comments as literal and assume that they're just joking around and move on, like brush them off. Number three, express your emotions. So if the hating persists and people give you comments that can't be misinterpreted, many will let you be left alone if you tell them how your new lifestyle makes you feel. If your new goals make you feel better, then they'll stop necessarily giving you a hard time in most cases. This type of vulnerability is actually really hard to argue with for most people. So keep that in mind. Number four, and I say this in quotes, well, it's a good thing you make choices for you and I make choices for me. All right, this is a last resort line. People don't always respond to the methods above. So you can always say, well, it's a good thing that you can make choices for you and I make the ones for me. I found it to work pretty well. And after you've said it, you can leave the conversation and maybe even leave that encounter with being surrounded by these people altogether. So don't waste time on them. They don't matter. All right, guys, enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. Growth is a journey. Going back to the obesity thing, if you solely focus on the results, you'll never feel satisfied, because you'll see your happiness as being something on the horizon, instead of being able to know that there's going to come ups and downs. As you look to improve yourself in any way, there are going to be ups and downs, and you should enjoy the entire journey, right? Quick fix solutions don't exist. Got it? If you follow what we've talked about in this series of podcast episodes or videos on YouTube, you'll see that these quick fix solutions aren't solutions at all, and they usually set you up for more failure than success. All right? Realize that this process is never done. Your journey to become a better man is never done. And you have to find happiness in the lifestyle, in the journey to accomplish that lifestyle itself. That's why this podcast is called Becoming a Better Man, not How to Become a Better Man. Right? I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that it's a shortcut or a quick fix or it's a final destination. You're never done. Right? So to kind of summarize what we've talked about this episode, going back to the obesity and the dietary stuff and the health related stuff, the high prevalence of obesity linked diseases has made living an unhealthy lifestyle normal in today's society. So if everyone else is being unhealthy as the normal, be abnormal, be healthy, inside and out. Living healthy will mean that you have to be different. You have to prepare yourself mentally and emotionally to be able to handle the social implications of making these healthier choices to improve yourself. Making sure to choose the right people around you to socialize with, to bounce ideas off of, to share things with. It'll give you a break once in a while from having the constant barrage of temptation or people just trying to shit on you. And every now and then, celebrate yourself with a treat day, right? Also, avoid arguing with the haters. They don't want to understand you at all, period. That's not their goal. So stop wasting your time. Take action. All right, guys, here's the point where you got to take action this week. Try an experiment. All right, I want you to consciously make a better choice for your life, whether it be physical health, emotional health, relational health, financial health, whatever, which you would expect people to express their opinions about. And use these methods that we talked about in this episode to handle their comments, right? Make a healthier choice for your life. The one that you know people are going to have opinions on. And I want you to see how you do using the information from this episode, from this video, from this audio clip in order to handle what they throw at you. So, guys, that's it for this week. I appreciate each and every one of you. As we've alluded to in the episode, if you're interested in signing up for the 21-day Becoming a Better Man breakthrough course, you'll see the link in the description or in the show notes, and you can get started. $99. You're ready to go by tomorrow morning. Boom, done. And you follow for 21 days, you get access to the private Facebook group, the little community we've built in there of other guys who've gone through it or are currently going through it. And you can see some of the big wins that they've had in their lives just a result of getting started on just this little 21-day thing that they saw results in even before the 21 days was up. So also, if you're looking for healthy lifestyle changes for your own self, whether you're in good shape already, you want to get in better shape, you want to optimize your health, or whether you're not in good shape and you want to get started on that road to a better and healthier life and longevity, feel free to reach out. So I'll put the link on how to get started and apply for my private online health coaching, fitness coaching, lifestyle coaching, as well as the 21-day Becoming a Better Man breakthrough course. Either option, you can't go wrong. So appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in again this week. And until next week, don't forget your homework. All right, take care, brothers.